A lot of visas are being introduced in Southeast Asia that are aimed at digital nomads. And in this video, we're going to be looking at the Malaysian digital nomad visa. The official name for it is the Rantau Nomad Pass. And this one's going to get a lot of people excited. There's no wealth requirement. The income requirement is quite achievable. So in this video, we're going to have a look at who is the visa good for, what is the eligibility criteria, and what are your other options for taking out nomad visas in Southeast Asia. Aaron here from Offshore in Asia. So if you're interested in moving your money, your life, your business, your investments out to Southeast Asia, we're the people on the ground to help you make that happen. Okay, so first of all, who wants to go and live in Malaysia as a digital nomad? Well, a lot of people do. Malaysia has fantastic beaches, amazing rainforests, like a lot of the region. But one of the things that is a little bit different to the rest of the region is that Malaysia, for the standard of living there, which is quite high in KL in particular, and the cost of living there, it really does punch far above its weight. It's almost like a bit of a junior Singapore, but without the Singapore price tag. So you can live a very good life in Kuala Lumpur. You can run a business there. It's got good infrastructure in general. It's got good business infrastructure. You can run a business there and live a good life, no worries at all. Another good thing about it is that a lot of the population speaks English, so it just makes life a lot easier, and it also makes it easier to run your business again. Another thing that makes Malaysia a great place to live is the food, and a lot of that comes down to the kind of unique makeup of the population there. So the population is mainly made up of three groups. You've got the Malays, of course, but there's also a large Chinese population and a large Indian population. So you can get excellent Indian in Malaysia and all kinds of fantastic cuisine. So if you like your food, you're going to love Malaysia. Okay, on to the nitty gritty of the Rantau Digital Nomad Pass in Malaysia. So successful applicants will receive a professional visit pass that lasts in duration from 3 to 12 months. And there's an option there to renew it for a further 12 months. You can bring your spouse and children along with you, and the cost for the main applicant is currently 1,000 Malaysian ringgit, which is about $230 US. If you want to bring dependents, that's a further 500 Malaysian ringgit per applicant. Now, for the eligibility requirements, you have to be able to demonstrate that you work as a digital freelancer, independent contractor, or remote worker. But in practice, pretty much anyone can apply as long as you work online. You have to have proof of income of 24,000 US a year. And let me tell you guys, as far as digital nomad visas go in Southeast Asia, there's nothing that gives you an option to apply under such a low income requirement. So this is going to be a very popular visa, I would say. And expanding on the first point, as far as working in the digital economy, working online, you should work in the field of IT, digital marketing, content creation, or other work in the digital domain. Now, for freelancers and contractors, you must have a contract in place that is valid for longer than 3 months in duration, and your clientele can be from inside or outside of Malaysia. There's no stipulation on that point. If you are a remote worker, so you're not a freelancer, you're working for a company, you just happen to be working remotely, then again you have to have a contract in place that is for more than 3 months in duration, but your employer must be outside of Malaysia. Now, to apply for the Rantau Digital Nomad Pass in Malaysia, you have to also demonstrate that you have a clean criminal record. You have to provide a copy of your resume or your CV. You have to show bank statements, you have to have health insurance, and you need to have documentation to support all of the eligibility criteria that we just went through. And then you can submit your application to the Malaysian Digital Economy Corporation. They're administrating the Nomad Pass, or you can use an agent as well. We can help you with that if you like. All right, so who is the Malaysian Digital Nomad visa good for? Well, the thing that I think that is going to make this visa most attractive to a lot of people is that there is no wealth requirement like some of the other visas that are on the table in the region. So younger nomads who don't have a lot of savings, they're going to like this visa. Anyone early on in their career who again hasn't accumulated a lot of savings but does have that modest income, they can support that $24,000 income requirement, they're going to like this as well. And of course, any expat who doesn't make big money by Western standards but does have enough money to live a good life in Malaysia, they're going to like this. That's one of the things that really sets this visa apart, where some of the other visas, they're more looking for wealthy foreigners to come in, looking to bring the money into the country. Malaysia is happy to have people come into the country as long as they earn enough to be able to support themselves while they're here. And you can live a very good life in Malaysia on 24,000 US dollars a year. You can live on half that if you wanted to. Another group of people that this could be good for are those that are looking to lower their tax bill. In Malaysia, even if you're a tax resident of the country, as long as you're a foreigner, you don't pay tax on your overseas income. You only pay tax on money that is earned from inside the country. So there's some opportunities there to structure things in such a way in that you could make a lot of your offshore income tax-free inside of Malaysia. Of course, this is not tax advice, guys. This is just a very general summation of the Malaysian tax system. If you do want specific tax advice, you can talk to us about that, but I also encourage you to go out and seek advice from any professional. Okay, so if all this sounds great, but you're still not quite sold on Malaysia, you want to know what your other options are, here they are. Well, Thailand has the LTR visa. That came out recently as well. That's a good visa, but it is a lot harder to qualify for. There is a higher income requirement, and under some streams of it, there is a wealth requirement as well. That is one of the visas that is looking to bring wealthy foreigners into the country rather than just foreigners who are able to support themselves while in the country. Another one is the Indonesian second home visa, also dubbed a digital nomad visa. So that one is quite good. There is a wealth requirement there, but it's for about 130,000 US dollars. So it is a fair bit of money, but it is an amount of money that some people will be able to come up with. All you have to do is park it in a state-owned bank, so you get to take your money with you when you leave, and that's a pretty good visa as well. The other one I'll mention here is the Philippines investment visa. Now, if you invest 75,000 in the Philippines in their stock market, you can get a renewable visa each year. So that's quite a good one as well, because you get to earn dividends while you're there, and when you want to leave, you just cash out your stocks and you take your money with you. So that's it for the video, guys. Just a quick summary here of the Malaysian Rantau Nomad Pass, the digital nomad visa. Now, if you want to find out more about this, you can head over to our website, offshoreinasia.com. You can drop us a message there. You can also book in a free discovery call where we can have a 15-minute chat, no charge, to find out what it is you're trying to achieve, and then we can work out how it is we're going to achieve it. And apart from that, there's a lot of other free content on the website that might be of your interest, so head over there, take a look, and we'll do what we can to help.